What's up, Kissables? This is the Kissable Diva, and you are tuning in to the Kissable Nights podcast, where we discuss everything love, sex, and relationships. Tune in every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're available on Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio. Today, we are talking about aphrodisiacs. I hope you got an earful last week, and you will get one this time as well. On today's show, we have Madam B, who will be discussing and educating us on aphrodisiacs. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much for doing this.
Not a problem.
I really
It's my
appreciate
pleasure.
it. I really appreciate it. So, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
As you said, Madam B. I am a self-taught chef. I've been cooking professionally maybe about 5 years, but I've always been around food my entire life. My mom was a caterer. Just people in my family have pastry chefs, trained chefs. And so food has always been a part of me. So that's what I do. I love food. And I love all things sexy as well because we are sexual beings. So I've been working on finding ways to connect food and intimacy and sensuality because, I mean, isn't food sensual?
Absolutely.
Food is an experience.
Yeah, it can
So to sum it up, that's just who I am. Shameless plug. I have a spice blend out called Spice by Madam B.
Okay.
And I'm working on an aphrodisiac blend
Oh.
of that as well.
So
It's
the
gonna
spice
come out.
blend is what do you say what's in it, or
I do say some of what's in it, but
Okay.
I can't give it all away. I can't give it all away. Some of the spices, the herbs that are going to be in the aphrodisiac blend are basil, which is considered an aphrodisiac, and then you have ginger, that's considered an aphrodisiac as well. So those are some of the herbs that's going to be in the next blend. But this one is an all-purpose blend, but it's still it still gives your food a next level of flavor. So that's what that is.
so what could you season the blend with?
Oh, anything.
Anything.
I tested it for months before I even put it out there.
Oh.
I've had it on seafood. I did a seafood boil, I think last week, and
Okay.
it worked perfectly. I just roasted some turkey legs today. It worked perfectly. It's very good on beef. You can do it on chicken. You can just vegetables. You can roast with it. You can do anything with it. It's an all-purpose
awesome.
blend, but it's not
Awesome.
your typical all-purpose blend.
Oh,
So
okay.
it does give it, it's a little bit more elevated. Yeah.
So what where can they find that?
You can find it on madebymadamb.com/shop. It's going to be in the shop.
Awesome. All right, guys. So let's get into it. Aphrodisiacs, better known as a love drug or something to increase the libido. So some of the things that, when I was researching this topic, were oysters, chili peppers, bring the spice and gets the body to that right temperature. Chocolate, avocados, bananas, watermelon, pine nuts. I thought was different.
Yeah, there's a lot of aphrodisiacs out there. You're like,
Yeah.
the one that threw me off was arugula. I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
That is interesting.
Arugula.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, but okay. Okay.
Okay. So, why don't you tell us, take us through the process?
Okay. This is what I like to say first when discussing aphrodisiacs.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This is not capturing your voice well enough. Okay, go ahead.
This is what I like to say first. Because a lot of people think I'm just going to eat like a shit ton of oysters and I'm just going to be ready to go. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
There are a few on the list like chili peppers and ginger that warms up the body and gets you feeling like champagne, alcohol is on there as well.
Right.
Of course, it affects your body and it makes you feel a certain kind of way, but a lot of them it takes you might have to do eat quite a bit for it to affect you, but it really starts in your mind first. Aphrodisiac starts in your mind first.
Okay.
If it's not there, there's no amount of food in the world that's going to
makes sense.
unless it's alcohol. Then
Yeah.
you might do some things that you don't want to do
Right.
if you consume too much.
Exactly.
But it really starts in your mind. If you have what I like to call an aphrodisiac mindset, then whatever you consume, it's going to automatically be enhanced 10 times. So if you already have the mind that, okay, this is what this night is for. This is the night for intimacy, for sensuality. Obviously, whatever you add to it is going to be enhanced. Aphrodisiacs are not like a quick, okay, this is going to get me my engines revved. There are, like I said, a few of them. And when you go into the herbs, you have the horny goat weed, and then you have the a root which is called maca root powder, and you have the kava. Those are the things, if you know, they work a little faster,
right?
But then still, it starts in the mind,
right?
So that's what I usually spend time discussing, because you don't want to give people false information, false hope, and they're like, oh my God, I just spent, because oysters can be expensive. So you're gonna buy, like 2 pounds of oysters and eat them. You're like, why am I dangling? Or a guy takes a girl out and feeds her a bunch of oysters and wondering why. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay, and wondering why she don't want to fuck him at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Because oyster's not gonna make her want to fuck you if she didn't already want to fuck you.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yes.
It really starts in your mind first, and then whatever you add to it enhances it. Now I've had kava is something else. Kava is I'm gonna be honest. Kava is an aphrodisiac. It's a root. And usually people drink with it. Some people cook with it. They have kava chocolates out there. They have all these different things, but it's fucking disgusting.
Oh.
But it works.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like earth and regrets.
Oh, earth and roots and dirt.
No, and regret.
Regret?
Oh, God. I had my first time having it. You're supposed to chug it. Because you can't sip it. There's no way. If you sip it, then you're not of this world. Like it's just something is you have to chug it. So my first time going, I went with this guy that I was seeing, and he was like chugging, and I was like, okay, cool. Then it don't look like that bad. And then I started, and I just almost threw up, because it's like you go outside and you take a and I don't want to stop anyone from trying it, because the effects of it are wonderful. It's like you take a bunch of dirt from outside and mix it with water, and you drink it. And then afterwards, there's a pineapple to chase the flavor.
That sounds like something I tried in college, but they didn't advertise it as such as an aphrodisiac. They said it was more like a calming.
That's probably what it was.
That's probably what it was.
But
it was disgusting.
It's calming. Though. Yeah, it's calming, but it's also an aphrodisiac.
Yes.
It is the first, and then the next thing that happened was the inside of my mouth started feeling a little numb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? But then the feeling afterwards, you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
So how much of it did you drink?
It was 8 ounces, I think.
Or
8 or 10 ounces. They give you a bowl of it.
Oh.
And you just go. Take it to the head. It took me about 3 tries to get it all down. Because, at the end, they have, like, the residue. And you still have to get it. And I was like, no, fuck that. I was like, fuck that. I drink enough.
Wow, that's a lot. That's quite a bit to consume to get that feeling. But you say that the after effect
But they say with kava that it's like, say if you smoke weed, they say usually around throughout time, you need more to get high. They say with kava, once your body starts getting used to it, you need less to get that feeling. It's the reverse.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting. But me, I just usually just get the same amount every time. I never get less. I just get give me I think it's 8 or 10 ounces. I usually say, just give me the house. Just give me the house coffee, and I chug it.
Okay, so what else could you elaborate a little bit more on?
Usually when I do want to talk about, if you want some significant, I guess, results, you have to go more into the herbs and the roots and stuff. Maca is another one that it's a little different than kava. It's not instantaneous, but you can. It's easier to consume, and you can put it in, smoothies. You can cook with it. You can pretty much. There's capsules that you can take as pills, and that's something that you add to improve your life on a day-to-day basis. Something that you can just add to your diet as well. So, and ginger is, I love ginger. Ginger, what can you say about ginger?
Right.
Ginger is good for everything. That's something else that you can add on a day-to-day basis to help with libido. And the horny goatweed, which is an herb as well, that you can get capsules for it. And there was another one, I'm drawing blanks. And there are also smokable herbs that are good for as aphrodisiacs. And that's something that I'm actually researching and doing the research on right now to really tap into the power of that. So, when you get more into the roots and the herbs of everything, that's when if you want a more instantaneous. It's still not completely instant unless you're drinking 8 ounces of kava.
Yeah.
That is.
So, like the quote unquote cliches of candlelight, because I want to go back to what you were saying when you said it starts in the mind.
Oh, yeah.
So the cliches of the candlelit dinner and the red wine and the slow dancing kind of gets you, would you say that does kind of get you in the mood, even though that's something that's advertised? Because I talked about how Valentine, we're in the month of February, and Valentine's Day, by the time everybody hears this, it's going to be after Valentine's, but it being a pagan holiday and, everybody doing the cliche of, candlelit dinner and dancing, those things really do have an effect on.
They do. It works. That's why people do it.
Yeah.
It works. No matter, you can do, things different. Like you don't have to have candlelit dinner, at a restaurant, or you don't have to do it at home. You might do a late night, I did this this guy took me, which was super cool. It sucked that I wasn't attracted to him. God, I hope you don't hear this. But
that's funny.
A couple years ago, this guy took me out on a date. I was like, give it a try. And then we got food and we went on the beach late night, and it was really nice. It was, but it's still, that same concept. If it works, it works. And it definitely affects the mood. If you even slightly attracted to somebody and they take you to a candlelit dinner and there's wine and there's the food, the music is right, the smells are right, that's something that I believe in wholly. Like you have to stimulate all 5 senses, and everything is stimulated. If she was skeptical about giving it up, she just might. Shit. She just might. Yeah. If the mood is right and you're like, damn, okay, I'm probably going to fuck him tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
That makes sense.
The month of February it's an aphrodisiac itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my dad probably got my mom like that because, Scorpios come from... Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know about those Scorpios. Absolutely. So you being a chef, take us through like some of the things that can, heighten the senses within the palate when it comes to aphrodisiacs.
Well, I can say in general, it's all about, I think, learning how to layering flavors. And textures, and that helps make it an experience. It's like, say if you take Spice by Madam B, right, and you put it on vegetables, and then say you're doing maybe broccoli or asparagus or something like that, and you're gonna pair it with a steak, and you want to use Spice by Madam B. So what I would do is I would maybe squeeze a lime on the steak as well, and then add some cumin, and then that gives it another layer of flavor. So now everything is not one flavor. So you go ahead and add a little bit like to each part of the dish that complements it. Then you just layer the flavors, and so that makes it an experience. And that's when you start getting foodgasms. Like that's when you start getting like these bursts in your mouth, when you learn how to layer the flavors.
Okay, I'm dating myself. I guess I am. I don't know. I was young when I saw this movie, but it's like the only movie that has done this. When Harry Met Sally, and she was in the cafe, and she started eating and actually had Well, I think she was faking orgasm. Do you remember that? Recall
I've
that?
never watched the movie, but I've seen clips about it.
Yeah, about her like having this orgasm really loud, and so I wonder if like food can really.
I think that's actually one of my goals.
Oh, okay.
I've had people like rave about my food and they really enjoy it, but I want to cook for someone and they actually bust a nut. That's a goal. That's actually a goal of mine.
Okay.
Because I had this guy tell me once that he had a steak so good his dick got on hard, and I was like, ever since he told me that, I was like, fuck yeah, that's a goal. I want all types of dicks and all types of.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
I want all types of orgasms happening. That's a goal of mine. So I try to constantly outdo myself and learn more, and it's because that's a hell of a thing to do.
That is a hell of a thing to do. I've never heard that before.
That's a hell of a thing. I'm like, I need to learn how to make a steak.
How much money you would make if you had a restaurant like that?
Let me tell you,
they'll be lining up.
I need it. I need to. I don't know if who or what I gotta pray to bless my hands on another level to get that to happen.
Yeah.
But that's actually a goal of mine.
So it seems like you're really, really passionate about food, layers, taste. Are you like looking to write a book about it, or?
I'm actually in the process. It's taken a little longer than I expected. But I am actually in the process of writing an aphrodisiac cookbook.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's not just about, sprinkle some basil on a piece of chicken and, shit get hot. It's about, there's going to be some short stories in there, erotic shorts. It's going to just really give you tips on how to touch every sense, not only the food aspect of it. So that's something that's in the works actively. Baby slows things down a little bit. So I thought I was going to be done by now, but then no.
If you guys are listening, she's expecting.
Yes. Yeah. Wonder how that happened.
You're so funny.
That's a topic for another time.
Okay. So what is it that you can give to those that are listening? Like what could they do, couples together, like in the kitchen, or what could they do for their partner?
It's good that you say that. I do have a free guide on my website. If you go to madebymadamb.com/free gift, what it is, it's 5 ways food can increase the intimacy in your relationship. And there's a lot of studies. You'll see it in the guide. There's a lot of studies out there that say, cooking with your mate. And even going grocery shopping with your partner really enhances the intimacy in your life, because it teaches you communication and it teaches you teamwork. And you both can have the satisfaction of creating something together.
Yes, absolutely.
And I would say definitely cook with your partner. Create a meal, even if you fuck it up, even if you burn it. The fact that you guys are doing it together and then enjoying it together, and you could probably, you could even take it a step further and eat it off of each other, but that's,
hey,
you can,
they may be down for it, but you never know.
You can go ahead and do that. I talk a little bit about that too in the guide, so you can go ahead and download that as well. But I would definitely say, if you have a partner, to go ahead, and even if you don't have a partner and somebody you just, having fun with. So, we live in a time where people are sexually free and, they do their thing. So, I would say if you want to go ahead and take it to the next level, grocery shop with each other, create a menu, and come back, cook with each other, and it'll be quite an experience.
Do you have something like, say, a recipe that they can, or something they could just put together, 2 items that they can put together in the kitchen and just try?
I would have to give a full recipe that a lot of time I suck at writing recipes because I just go. I just create from my mind. I created this 2 things that don't sound like they can go together, but maple syrup and dry mustard. And I created a maple mustard sauce, and I served it with a roasted red pear and vanilla ice cream. Delicious.
Interesting.
And then you top it with some cilantro. The flavors are just gonna go crazy in your mouth, just crazy.
Okay, I think that's cute. Anybody who tries that, please go to kissableretreats.com on this blog where this podcast is posted, and put some pictures up there if you've done that, if you've tried it. Yeah. That's I think that's pretty cool.
And to kick it up a notch, you could do roasted you could do red pepper flakes to give it some heat. I mean, it sounds, some people
like it doesn't go together.
Yeah, but it actually does.
It layers nicely.
Yeah, it layers very, very nicely.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I might have to try that. I don't know who's gonna taste the girl, but
I actually served. I had a dinner at my house, and a lot of my friends and stuff, they're like my little guinea pigs, and I served it. One of my friends was like, "I don't know if I want to eat this. I'll send you the picture so you can have it, so you can see what it looks like." And she was like, "I don't know if I want to eat this," and I'm like, "Trust me, you want to eat this. you want to eat this."
Okay, what flavor ice cream?
It was a homemade vanilla. I think it was.
Homemade vanilla. Did you make it or? Oh, okay.
No, anybody got time for that? Yeah, unless I get me an ice machine on my hand churning.
Yeah, it is kind of
ice cream machine. Yeah, it's a little time consuming.
It is kind of. So, is there anything else that you would like anyone who's listening to the podcast to take away when it comes to? Because I do promote, getting to know your mate. I promote doing new experiences together because that helps grow more chemistry, more bonding. So, like you were saying, with the cooking together and things like that. But is there anything else that you would like them to take away from?
The number one thing, and I think this is the end all be all, you have to have the mindset for it. You have to have the mind to want to do it. You have to be attracted to your partner. Because if it doesn't start there, then anything else you do, it doesn't matter.
I concur. I absolutely concur. So, where can you be reached? Where can they reach you?
Well, you'll find me on Instagram at Made by Madam B. I'm also on Facebook at Madam B. And my website is madebymadamb.com.
All right, Kissables, I've learned something today. I hope that you have too. And if you have, make sure to head over to kissableretreats.com where this podcast is hosted. You'll be able to see Madam B there as well. And give us some updates. I'll forward it to her. Thank you so much for doing this with me today, Madam B. I really appreciate it. It's a wonderful add to our Fire and Desire season. And Kissables, you can reach me at the Kissable Diva on Instagram and Twitter. And you can sign up for the newsletter there on Kissable Retreats, where you get a date night calendar. You can fill it in yourselves. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning in to the Kissable Nights podcast, where we discuss everything love, sex, and relationships. Tune in every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're available again on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio. Tune in next Sunday, and make sure to keep it kissable.